One, two, three, test. 1, 2, 3. Is microphone on? Yeah. That's working? Yes. I was thinking for a while, think about this issue, and I want to talk with you in an honest way. Guys, I really hate from my life. Whenever I'm living here in the Turkish culture, I feel like I don't belong here. Whenever I'm watching the content creators on the YouTube, I feel like I don't belong here. Even I try so hard to change my country, the financial crisis, the economic issues being a problem every day. My family is really poor, my mother is schizophrenic, and I don't have a father. Therefore, I was thinking for a while why I'm living here. Because I'm poor. Being a poor really hard in this life. If you are poor, nobody is taking care of you. You are trying to change your country, you are going to Asia, you want to date with the Asian girls, but you don't have money. Since you don't have money, you feel like why you are living here, why you are still thinking about it. Some of my Turkish friends said you need to stop thinking and to focus on your job and just live in a proper life. However, I'm really against them. I feel like I just extract out my old friends from my life. The basic reason for that, I feel like I don't want to talk with the Turkish community anymore. I don't think like I can get into the Turkish community because my thoughts, my ideas, the person that I want to be is so different. I sometimes feel like I'm getting forced to live here because of being a poor makes me live here by force. Whenever I'm just watching YouTube videos on the YouTube, just there are fucking people talking about the Islam, they are wearing hijab and yeah, the Islam allows you to do that, you are kind, yeah, Islam, they're getting photos by the famous Islamic representatives on the Instagram and they say like Islam is like that and I believe in Islam and they are living a very luxury life in Islam, whether you just live in a proper life or the luxury life, whichever you want. I don't give a shit about these people. You know, sometimes whenever I'm thinking about these people from the Kazakhstan, from the another things like they are living in the America, they are defending the rights of Palestine. That's a two different contrapancy here. However, I don't get into this topic anymore. You know, I really get bored of it. Being a poor is really hard in this life. Even when you just think about to do the things you want to do, you cannot do that. Even when you want to change your location, being free from the place, it's not allowed, it's not easy peasy. It's getting harder day by day. By the time I have realized that I'm getting older, why I'm still living here, I don't have any kind of idea. But being a poor is really hard. I wanted to go to Japan, hang out with a lot of girls there, but I couldn't do anything. Because I'm getting smashy, I'm getting stuck here. Why? I don't know, being a poor really hard. I don't want to be just say the things directly, like, I don't want to make a play role because I really don't like my life. Nobody likes their lives, and also I don't like my life too either. I feel I want to drink beers, but drinks are heavy. I don't feel like the Turkish community because this nation didn't offer me anything. And whenever I see people there coming and going, I'm still jealous of them. I'm watching the other people, the first nation or second nation, people there is enjoying with their life. I'm still here, I'm watching them. Some of my Turkish members going to abroad and they're also enjoying, but in my life, all my entire life, I'm 25 years old, I couldn't get into any Turkish community here because I feel like, how can I say it? I feel I don't belong here. The basic reason is this culture, this uniqueness and these traditions and these customs are not representing me because I want to drink beers, I want to enjoy with the nightlife, etc. But I feel like I'm stuck here. I cannot change my location and I cannot change my country because being stuck by the financial problems. So the financial problems are the care factor here, why I cannot change my location, why I hate to live here. Also, my passport value is very low. Therefore, I feel like whenever I'm seeing people on the YouTube, on the Instagram, they are living the best, they are living best of their lives, but I'm still here, I'm working as an officer. I'm just coming to office and I'm doing the things like the document jobs and return back to my home. In my home, there is no meal, there is no food. So the dollar is getting expensive, and while the country is collapsing, I feel like I couldn't buy anything. I always wanted to travel around the world, but being poor is really hard. But you cannot change your location. You can't go wherever you want to go, because being a poor makes your station harder and harder. My life is really tough. Why I am still living here? Because I don't have money. That's the basic question and basic answer. I always wanted to go to clubs all my entire life, but I couldn't go any clubs, because in Turkey, if you don't have money, people don't show you any respect, and people just underestimating you, and also people are just making fun of with you. I really hate from it, because I don't feel like the Turkish here, because this country offered me nothing. Also, other countries have, I don't know whether I can get an opportunity to change my country or not, because in this country there's the Islamic effect, and whenever I just go listening to, I don't want to live in Islamic countries, but do I have a choice? No, because if I don't have a choice, you have to live here, and you have to just, you have to listen to people out there, and they are living the best of their lives. I don't give a shit about it, because my passport value is very less. Even I want to go to Germany and other nations, probably finding a job is really hard for me if I compare myself with the American, with the English native speakers country. I have tried to learn the new languages, but I realized that the Orientalist point of view is so different, because the West think the East as a slave, and when I go to Europe from Turkey, probably they will look my identity and they will underestimate my identity. The basic reason is, if your country hasn't got any power, you can just get dominancy. You cannot make the other countries dominate for you, because the money is a key factor here. I have always wanted to change the financial issues being a sole problem here. Earning money is not easy. In this country, the jobs are really, there aren't a fulfillment job. Like, I cannot how can I say, the job opportunities are really less here. And in this country, if you have no money, probably you cannot count as a person here. I think all the Middle Eastern countries are same. I always wanted to achieve something in my life, but I couldn't achieve anything. I was thinking about the philosophy for a while, and I was just reading books about the philosophy, and sometimes I realized that the country which you have born sometimes declares your destiny. And also the money is being so important here. I bought this DJI Osmo camera, the iPhone, some books, but I don't have any friends. How can I say? My friends are really lacking. In my middle school years, my high school years, my university years, nobody came up and talked with me. Because whenever I try to talk with them, they just ignored me, and they said like, you don't have money, why we need to talk with you? And that time I realized that if you don't have money, people just trying not to look at you, and people just want to get out from your perspective. If you don't have any fame, your Instagram channel, if you haven't got any fame, people just starting getting away from you. If you have enough follower, for example 100k follower, probably you can do whatever you want, and people will try to follow you. But sometimes even the English videos, the audience is changing. If you don't, for example, if you're from Asia, right, or if you're European, right, even you just say about the bad things, even you just say the false truths, probably people will try to listen to you, because you are living in Europe. And according to my opinion, as the Michel Foucault said, that the knowledge is power, but it's wrong. The power is knowledge, as Michel Foucault said that. If you don't have enough power, your knowledge getting less value. People do not trying to interest with your knowledge. People just trying to interest with your identity and your identification. So sometimes I am just living an identification crisis here. Why? The basic reason, how can I just say about the identification crisis? The identification crisis is the country you were born, but you are not belong to. For example, I have born in Turkey, right? Even from my childhood, I couldn't just give, how can I say, I couldn't get any similarity between Turkey and, because the Turkish culture is very conservative and the girls being so dominant here, and the money, who are the rich people here, just getting all the resources and nobody's complaining. From my childhood, I couldn't just belong anything to Turkey. Also, Middle Eastern people and Islamic countries, either, not only Turkey. I couldn't belong anything to Middle Eastern or Islam, but if you don't have money, you cannot change your location, and you are just getting stuck here, and you are just trying to make YouTube videos, and while the other content creators living their best luxury lives, but you are sitting here, you are just watching YouTube videos. Sometimes you are following the Instagram, and you are opening the models, and you are checking their stories, and you are checking your fucked up life. I wish I have enough subscribers and I could change my location to go to Japan, make some interviews with the girls, hang out with the girls. However, if you don't have money, we are getting stuck here. And people do not care about you either, even your family, friends, background, society, life. I sometimes think, why I'm living here? Probably I want to just buy a plane ticket, go to Japan and do my best life, but even I want to do that, probably it's not certain whether I will find a job or not. Also, how can I say, people won't help you, you need to do the things alone, but I'm really alone here. I don't have any friends, I don't have any girlfriend, and I don't have any background. Therefore, I'm sitting here and just recording YouTube videos. The best thing I can do is that I wish I could change my location. I would be independent from the location, but it's being something like a dream in this universe. I don't want to open a YouTube and just blah 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 blah, the people just here saying about the Quran, whether we can find the God or not. Look guys, if you want to find the God, we can just check all the sacred books, Quran, Islam, Zabur, Tawrat. I don't care, and when you just read all the books, probably you won't be certain 101%, because there's a one way ticket to go there, and after you go there, probably you don't have any chance to come back here. Therefore, the answer is simple. You can find this answer not in this universe, maybe in that universe. That's two different things. I hope you can just understand the topic. But you don't care, and you can just wear hijab and open a YouTube channel and talk about the good things, blah 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 blah. Islam will help us, Islam will give you an exact chance, but meanwhile you will just sell the course of the Quran. That's the two different things. And you wear a hijab in this social media, but in your real life probably you won't wear any hijab, and you will even you try to make up makeup while even you are wearing a hijab, and you are showing your ass on the Instagram when you are wearing a hijab, and you say like, oh, the Islam is very good, and you are just getting affected by the other Islamic nations and say like, I like Islam. No, you motherfucker. No, motherfucker. You don't have any like the Islam. If you just close the camera, probably after the background, probably you will hang out with the nightlife, and you will enjoy with the girls, or you will go to the luxury items, and you will still defend the Islam, and you will say it's what it is. Well, the one thing is true in this life. If someone is saying a word, probably you need to check their life. I'm not saying like Islam is bad or something like that. I don't want to get attention from the Muslim people. The one thing is, if you are saying a sentence and if you are giving a judge to people, if you want to just direct the people, probably you need to understand not only your words, but also your life is important. Probably you need to check the people, not the words. How can I say? Whenever you think like you want, whether you should believe his words or not, probably you need to check his life first. If his life and if his actions have similarities, probably you should believe him. But if his life and if his words are too different, and if there's no similarity between them, probably you shouldn't believe him. That's the basic reason here. If someone's saying an idea, if someone just saying the word, if someone just make a judge on you, probably you need to check their lives. So for example, let's give a basic example. You are checking the John Locke, right? John Locke's talking about the human rights, blah, this shit. But John Locke was a human trader, the human trafficker, right? So what the fuck about the John Locke? I don't give a shit about the John Locke, whatever he says. If he's doing this action, and while he's talking about the human rights, I won't give any kind of importance of his speech. It's a basic reason here. Because if your actions and if your behaviors and if your words are, if there's no similarity between them, probably you are the worst guy I have ever seen. I don't believe this kind of people. Even in Islam, your actions should have similarity between your words. You should keep it on your mind, and you should move on. Whenever I was a child, I always wanted to go to China and go to the Shaolin temples and doing a Wing Chun training. Like, I always wanted to go to Shaolin, doing Wing Chun training, hang out with the Chinese girls. Look at my fucking life. I'm stuck in here. I'm just trying to live my life. But even if I'm trying to live my life, I feel like really getting away from my life. Sometimes people just recommend me to move on, and I need to continue to struggle. But is there any value of struggling? I really want to go to Japan, and I want to do the interview with the girls, and I want to hang out with the girls, drink beer, but the character I have been is not representing me here. I am working as an officer, wearing just kind of these rings, but I don't want to be an officer here. I want to go to nightclubs, I want to enjoy with the girls, but look at my life. I'm suffering here, and I'm watching all content creators, and I'm suffering. I really hate from my life, and even the Turkish community do not understand any kind of my words, because it's a third-class country. If you don't have money, people don't give you any attention. If you want to get attention, it's not. I applied a fucking visa for the fucking Germany, and I'm still waiting for 4 months. Whether you're fucking Germany will give me a visa or not, I want to understand one thing. When I don't give a shit about Europe, I don't give a shit about Japan, China. I only want to go to nightclubs. I don't care about these fucking countries either. The fucking Europe, the fucking Japan. I don't give a shit about these countries. Why I want to go there? Because there's a nightlife there, and you can enjoy. You don't have to suffer like in Turkey, and people starting just selling your religion here. Well, if you are poor, you need to get into the religion, or you can give the advice to people which you don't fulfill in your life. Well, that's two different things, and I have always hate from my life. When I do want to do here, when I wanted to do something, I couldn't achieve anything. Therefore, I feel like why I'm living. If you don't have money, you don't have any kind of life of the living. You have to live here, you have to live in Islamic countries. I don't want to live in Islamic countries, but do I have money? No, so I have to live here. The money is the key factor here. If you are poor, you have to live with them. You will only just watching their stories and live in this fucking life. I don't want to live in this life, but is there any opportunity to go there and to change your location? No, so you have to sit here. I don't want to live in Turkey, but there's no opportunity here. I'm watching this fucking Turkish Instagram influencers, and they are just wearing an anime cosplay, and they are getting 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers in 1 hour, while I'm trying the 1,000 videos all my entire life. Like, it's how the life works like that. If you're a man, it's so different. If you're a girl, you can do fuck whatever you want. Well, on this video I really talked about my shit, and I hope this message can reach someone, and if someone wants to help me get out from an Islamic country to live my life, the nightlives, and drinking ghost beers like that. I really hate from Turkey. Why? Because this country didn't give me anything. I have always suffered in this country, but I don't have any money to change my alien location. I want to go a country, and I don't want to come back here again, because I don't feel like the Turkey community. I don't want to get into the Turkish community. I don't feel like. Thank you for watching until now. See you on the next video.